city whispers, but I don't respond. I move through darkness, quiet and fun. Every street, every alley I know, I follow a compass only I can show. Eyes watch, but they cannot see the life I lead, deliberate and free. Each step calculated, each move is act. A man in silence, nothing lacks. Silent compass guide my way through smoky nights where shadows play. No one follows, no one knows the path I take as the night flows. Bass hums low, guitar sings soft, drums whisper gently, guiding aloft. I leave only echoes, nothing to find. A quiet existence, deliberate mind. Every corner tells a story untold. Every shadow bends, every street bold. I am the man moving in stillness and calm, a gentleman walking, a subtle charm. Silent compass guide my way through smoky nights where shadows play. No one follows, no one knows the path I take as the night flows. Silent compass guide my way through smoky nights where shadows play. No one follows, no one knows the path I take as the night flows. The city waits, but I remain, a shadow moving, free of change. The city hums softly, I step through the mist. Every move precise, every glance a twist. A gentleman in the lungs, unseen but strong. Every alley remembers the story I belong. Cigarette burns slow, piano hums low. Every silent victory, a secret the night will know. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, powerful and sleek. Silent dominance, elegance at its peak. Whiskey in my grasp, ambition in my soul. Through the streets of shadows I quietly control. I face betrayal, yet my calm remains. Every whisper secret fuels my silent games. The city bends quietly to a man of no fame, yet the gentleman in shadows always wins the game. Santa for cries, drums softly alive. Every step calculated, every move refined. A gangster in silence, elegance in disguise. Through shadowed streets, the quiet always survives. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, powerful and sleek. Silent dominance, elegance at its peak. Whiskey in my grasp, ambition in my soul. Through the streets of shadows, I quietly control. Neon fades slowly, rain patters soft and light. Yet the king of silence walks confidently into the night. Every alley, every street obeys my reign. In the quiet of the city, the gangster remains. The city hums a distant song. I walk where the forgotten belong. Street lamps glow like memories lost. Every shadow tells a story, every corner the cause. I move through life like a whispered prayer. No one notices, no one cares. I feel the weight of silent storms. I navigate life in unconventional forms. Echoes of the night follow me close. A quiet existence, the world I chose. I act in silence, I speak in deeds. I am the shadow that no one heeds, that no one heeds. The bass is low, the guitar is warm. Subtle drums guide me through the storm. Every step intentional, measured, precise. I roll the dice quietly, no need for advice. I leave footprints in unseen sand. I'm a gentleman, not a man in demand. I move with grace, I move with might. A quiet soul in the endless night, echoes in the night. Follow me close. Echoes of the night, follow me close. Acquire existence, the world I chose. I act in silence, I speak in deeds. I am the shadow that no one hates. The night holds me, the streets my kin. I move in silence, and I always win. They won't hear me leave this place. No door slam, no goodbye. Just a space where I once stayed, and they echo asking why. I don't settle or debate. I don't write my name in stone. I just close unfinished gates and walk home alone. I don't carry explanations, they weigh more than truth. Some men need validation, I just need proof. He left only shadows on a midnight walk. No trail to follow, no phone call. He didn't burn bridges, he didn't stay. He just adjusted and walked away. Rain erased my footprints clean, like I was never there. Every loss sharpened me, every silence prepared. I don't linger in the past, I don't threaten the future. I learned how to move fast without losing structure. He left only shadows, nothing to explain. No tears to swallow, no visible pain. He didn't shout his name, he didn't fall apart. He just played the game with a guarded heart. Some men fade by accident, some disappear by choice. I learned how to be present without making noise. I don't need revenge, I don't need reward. I Morning finds an empty street like it always does. Another night admits defeat because I was. He left only shadows, no witness, no scar, just a calm tomorrow wherever you are. If you search the dark, you won't find his face, just a quiet moth in an empty place. Only shadows and silence. Only shadows and silence. The clock ticks softly. I sit shoulder square. No one understands the weight that silence dares to bear. They ask why I withdraw, why I remain composed. I offer no explanation, I do not decompose. Midnight posture, eyes steady, calm in place. I let the world spin, I do not give chase. Midnight posture, every breath measured slow. No word escapes, the quiet lets me grow. They try to fill the space with conjecture and claim, but restrained is my language and discretion is my name. I have no need to justify, no one to impress. The calm itself becomes my fortress. Midnight posture, the room bends and fades. I remain composed, I let the night parade. Midnight posture, no explanation required. Every movement precise, every thought inspired. The guitar whispers, bass hums low and dense. I remain gentleman without pretense. Midnight posture, I do not bend or bow. The silence carries me, and the night allows. The candle dances, flickering across my glass. Reflections bending in the amber hue. Guitar hums warm, bass lays soft beneath. Drums brush gently like whisper secrets. I trace the night where my thoughts deliberate. Every choice measured, every move refined. Patrons laugh, unaware of the weight I carry. The quiet strength of a man who moves unseen. Smoke curls in slow, lazy spirals. I feel each note, each breath, each hesitation. Life's struggles are hidden behind calm eyes. Every internal storm handled without display. The world outside roars, but I remain contained. A gentleman navigating darkness with purpose. Every glance, every gesture is intentional. Yet my presence is felt without a sound. When the bar empties, I rise slowly, coat in hand, disappearing into night streets. No trace, no fanfare, only the subtle echo of a man moving quietly, fully aware. They argue loud in broken bars. I listen from the side. Men get noisy when they're scared of what they hide inside. I kept my glass half full, I kept my temper low. I've learned how power moves without a show. I don't interrupt the moment, I let it reveal. Truth comes out when you don't own it, when you let it feel. He never raised his voice, never slammed a door. He made a choice, then he made one more. No threats, no warning, no emotional ploy. He left before the morning like a disciplined boy. Some men confuse noise with strength. I made that mistake. Now I measure depth and length of every step I take. I don't argue with fools, I don't educate rage, I just quietly move off the stage. He never raised his voice, never needed to. He saw the choice and he followed through. No speeches, no scene, no need to explain. He stayed unseen and still remained. Calm is intimidating if you understand it. Silence is devastating when you command it. I don't shout to be heard, I don't push to be strong. I just wait for the word that tells me I'm gone. Street light blinks like it agreed. I've said enough tonight. Some men shout to feel free. I walk away to keep my sight. He never raised his voice, but the room felt changed. He made his choice and the world rearranged. If you look for a sign, you won't find a trace, just a calm behind an empty space. Silence spoke for him. city whispers softly, echoes through the night. Every corner holds a secret, every shadow tied. The gentleman in darkness, elegance in command. Every silent victory, power in my hand. Whiskey in my grasp, smoke dances in the glow. Every step deliberate, the city moves slow. Loyalty is earned, betrayal is tested. Through quiet calculation, my power is vested. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and supreme. Silent authority, elegance as a dream. Through echoes of power, the shadows bend and sway. A gentleman of night shakes the city's way. Piano hums gently, saxophone cries low. Every alley remembers, every street will know. I've walked through fire, I've conquered the pain, yet in the quiet night my dominance remains. Neon reflections shimmer off wet cobblestones. Every glance I give, every word in tones. A gangster of night, hidden but clear. Through echoes of power, the city knows I'm near. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, poised and supreme. Silent authority, elegance as a dream. Through echoes of power, the shadows bend and sway. A gentleman of night shapes the city's way.
The dawn slowly rises, but my shadow stays. A gangster in silence, moving through the haze. Every street, every corner obeys my command. Through echoes of power, the gentleman stands.
The city breathes quietly beneath my feet. Neon spills across wet streets like liquid heat. I move like a shadow, deliberate and precise, a gentleman of the night, silent as ice. Whiskey warms my hand, smoke curls and twirls. Every glance I give could change 1,000 worlds. The alleys whisper my name, yet no one sees. Power lives in silence, elegance in degrees. Every move is calculated, every word restrained. I've danced with danger, yet never been chained. The night hums my secrets, the moon watches close. Through the whispers of power, I silently impose. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, fierce and refined. Silent authority, elegance intertwined. Through kingpin nights, the shadows know my reign. A gentleman in darkness, pleasure mixed with pain. Cigarette smoke drifts as footsteps fade behind. Every street remembers the deals I've designed. Loyalty tested, betrayal is learned. Yet in the quiet of night, respect is earned. Piano hums low, saxophone cries deep. The rhythm of the city is mine to keep. I've walked through fire, I've ruled unseen. A gangster in silence, calm yet keen. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, fierce and refined. Silent authority, elegance intertwined. Through kingpin nights, the shadows know my reign. A gentleman in darkness, pleasure mixed with pain. The neon fades slowly, fog creeps in tide. Yet the kingpin of night steps lightly into the light. Every street, every shadow bends to my way. Through kingpin nights, the gentleman will stay. There's a love in my chest, like a steady train, not racing toward approval, not escaping pain. I made peace with past mistakes, sat with them alone. That's how inner balance turns into backbone. You can test my patience, you can question tone, but I won't lose direction trying to be known. I am centered, not cold, not proud, just steady in the quiet, where there is no crowd. I don't need validation to sleep at night. My worth don't flicker with outside light. I've seen how fragile egos break beneath a stare, how quickly borrowed confidence disappears in air, but self-acceptance lingers even when alone. It doesn't beg for winning, it feels like home. When you stop demanding to be understood, you find a deeper clarity of what is good. I am centered, even when unseen, calm in my reflection, comfortable in between. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. He carried himself like a decision already made and lived. No hesitation in his vision, no need to forgive. The bar reflected him in parts. Glass never shows the whole. He'd stitched himself from broken stars into control. Some men confuse silence with fear. He knew the cost. He'd paid attention year by year and lost enough illusions to stand still without collapsing. Stillness is a practice skill worth mastering. A couple laughed 2 stools away. He smiled, not bitter. Joy isn't loud when it's real, they say. It's quieter. He folded pain the way you fold a jacket clean, not hiding it, just keeping hold of what it means. He didn't speak. He arrived. When he stood, the room adjusted without a sound. Presence doesn't need to be trusted, it's found. The door closed gentle behind his back. No need to rush, a man like that doesn't crack. He hushes. He carried himself
that was enough.
Everything else lived quietly. Like it knew the way. No argument, no struggle. Just absence where things stay. I didn't follow the sound of it. Didn't ask for closure. I checked what remained. All I found was composure. Not strength, not courage, not some heroic state. Just enough control to disintegrate. I sat with my back straight. Let the moment pass. When everything you lose is heavy, posture still matters. All I kept was composure. When nothing else stayed. That didn't fit the room. Tears felt unnecessary. Despair wanted attention. I declined politely. I wasn't trying to be better. Wasn't trying to be strong. Choosing not to add to what was already wrong. If this is the end of something, then I arrive clean. Silence paid the bill tonight. Before I even moved, the room felt lighter when I stood, like it approved. I didn't know the past a thing, not even grief. I learned what quiet settling brings is relief. Men confuse noise for being real. I've done it too. But silence sharpens how you feel. It's true. The bar reflected less of me as I prepared to step back into what could be repaired. Jazz lingered like a final thought. You don't resist. Some lessons can't be taught, they persist. A button come into my chest, like armor thin, not to protect me from the rest, but from within. Silence paid the bill. I walk free. Outside the city didn't ask who I become. It gave me distance, gave me task and drum. I disappear without a sound, as planned. A man who knows when he's been found moves on. Silence paid the bill and stay. And stay. Heard it break before I felt it. That hollow sound of everything gone. Like a building learning gravity. Like a night I forgot the dawn. I didn't reach for help or mercy. Didn't shout to cool the pain. I just sat there in the wreckage, let it lost finish its sentence plain. There's a dignity in stillness when the storm has had its say. Within all the noise finally leaves you, and only truth decides to stay. I don't weather fall like a band. just something that happened at the wrong place, the wrong time. After the fall, I sat still, let the dust decide my will. No fist raised, no knees bent, just a man learning what silence meant. After the fall, I stayed home, held the light inside my soul. They think composure means no feeling, but they don't know the cost. It's choosing not to let the world see exactly what you lost. Every breath was measured, every thought walked slow. I wasn't trying to look strong, I just refused to let go. Pain passed through, didn't you? I didn't burn, sat still, let the dust decide my will. That's enough. I pass the cafes where laughter dies. I hear their stories, their hidden lies. The city hums, but I am still a man observing, bending will. Each street a river, a fleeting lies. I walk along, my purpose drives. I feel the pulse beneath neon haze. Every secret, every gaze. I do not speak, yet I understand the hidden wars no one commands. I move through chaos, calm, contained. A silent mind, a quiet flame. Between the lines, I'm make my mark, a lone man wandering through the dark. No eyes on me, no one to see. The quiet life I live silently. Reflect the ghosts I meet. I linger in shadows, soft and discreet. Every choice weighed, every step precise. Life unfolds like a roll of dice. I know the world will never know the silent power of the man below. I am the observer, the night my stage. Every step a story, every thought a page. Between the lines I make my mark, a lone man wandering through the dark. No eyes on me, no one to see. The quiet life I live silently. Creeps in, the city awakes. I fade into nothing as silence takes. Neon signs flicker, reflecting off wet streets. I walk alone, listening to the city's beats. A gentleman in silence, loyalty in my veins. Every step, every choice, nothing remains. Whiskey in hand, memories swirl in smoke. Every word unspoken, every glance evokes. The streets remember deeds of the brave. Every silent move, a path I pave. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, confident and true. Silent strength, elegance, ambition in view. Through neon loyalty, shadows sing my name. A gentleman in quiet, mastering the game. Piano whispers, saxophone hums low. Every alley, every street helps my power grow. I've seen friendships crumble, I felt deceit. Yet a gentleman of night never admits defeat. The city bends softly to the rhythm of my walk. Every silent gesture echoes like talk. Whiskey warms my hands, shadows guard my path. Through neon loyalty I escape the wrath. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, confident and true. Silence, strength, elegance, ambition in view. Through neon loyalty, shadows sing my name. A gentleman in quiet, mastering the game. Neon fades, rain begins to fall, yet the gangster's silence conquers all. Every street, every shadow acknowledges the rain. Through neon loyalty, the gentleman remains. Candlelight dances on the rim of a glass I didn't rush. This place remembers quieter men who never made a fuss. I straighten my sleeves slow and clean, like disciplines of prayer. Chaos always leaks between hands that don't care. I don't scan the room for eyes, I don't lean into the sound. A man who's lived enough goodbyes knows how to stay unbound. There's dignity in how you wait, there's violence and haste. I learned how timing calibrates what shouldn't be chased. The band plays low, the brushes sweep confessions off the floor. I've learned what things I get to keep by losing more. Some men drown in what they feel, some men fake control. I learned manners help you seal a fractured soul. I move with manners, even under strain. Because composure outlives pain. Folded glass aligned, everything in place. It's not Our obsession is designed to never misplace. What little calm the night allows, I don't abuse. So I learn restraint is how a man chooses. Candlelight doesn't flicker. It understands. You sat where time slowed down, near the back away from proof. No need to guard a fragile crown, no need to chase the truth. Jazz curled softly round his glass, like it had known him long. Some men move built for fast, he moved strong. His hands had learned when not to shake, his eyes had learned to lay. He knew the difference patience makes when stakes are high to pay. He didn't flinch at laughter loud or jealousy nearby. A man who's made his peace with doubt lets moments die. The past sat quiet and beside him, didn't ask for more. He buried it but didn't hide it under the floor. Some men negotiate with fear, some men deny. He learned how to let it sit right here and dry. Presence doesn't shout, it remains. A woman passed perfume and grace, he didn't turn his head. Desire's just another place where discipline goes dead. He paid the tab, he stood up straight, adjusted to the night. Time remembered how to wait till he was out of sight. Time resumed only after he left. Time resumed only after he left. The streets are quiet, neon hum softly. I trace the cracks in the concrete beneath my feet. A gentleman moves with measured steps. Every shadow whispers secrets the night won't keep. Whiskey warms my hands I sip in solitude. Memories of choices linger, silent but sharp. Alleyways remember every silent victory, every glance, every gesture etched like art. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, calm and refined. Silent ambition, elegance in every line. Shadows bend around me, the city moves in time. Through concrete dreams, my power's quietly mine. Piano drifts gently, saxophone cries low. Every thought a reflection, every heartbeat slow. I've walked through betrayals, I've danced through storms. Yet in the silence, I shape new forms. The fog rolls in, masking street lamps glow. I step into corners only the brave would know. A gentleman of night, unseen yet present. Every move deliberate, every act eloquent. Playlists make you feel like a gangster, calm and refined. Silent ambition, arrogance in every line. Shadows bend around me, the city moves in time. Through concrete dreams, my power's quietly mine. Neon fades, but the echoes linger long. In the silence of streets, I hear my own song. A gangster in the shadows, elegant and free. Through concrete dreams, I define my legacy. Jazz doesn't interrupt a man, it waits till he's done thinking. No, it's been just enough to understand why he's drinking. I chose a seat where sound was low, where reflection lives. I didn't come here to let go, I came to give. Give weight to thoughts I never voiced, give space to what remains. Some men shout to prove a choice, I sustain. The bass walks slowly through the room like a man with years. I learned restraint makes plenty room for fear. I've broken things I couldn't fix by rushing my hand. Now I move deliberate, slow and strict like a plan. The drummer brush not struck the truth, and I agree. Violence wasted half my youth, calm, free. Jazz lets you finish before it speaks. I didn't stay for closing time or anyone's concern. I left when silence felt aligned with what I'd learned. Outside, my shadow followed suit, nothing to defend. A man who listens learns the route to end. Jazz faded, but it understood. Cold hands in my pockets deep, warm thoughts I'll never share, promises I didn't keep, still taught me how to care. I don't react, I calculate, I don't beg, I choose. Some men wait for fate, I teach fate how to move. No anger in my chest, just focus in my eyes. I learned how to rest without ever asking why. Cold hands, clear decision, no drama, no delay. I don't deal in broken visions, I just quietly obey. Every step intentional, every turn control. I don't need to be memorable, I just need to be whole. City breeze and broken beats, drums of distant chords. I've learned which pain repeats and which pain leaves scars. I don't drown in yesterday, I don't borrow from tomorrow, I just walk another way, carrying my sorrow. Cold hands, clear decisions, I don't second guess, I don't live for permission, remission. I live with less, no speeches, no display, no crowd to impress. I don't need a brighter day, I just need progress. Stillness is a weapon if you learn how to hold it. Silence is a lesson if you don't oversell it. I don't freeze, I don't fold, I adapt and remain. I've survived the cold, now I use the pain. not complete. I don't fear what I lack, I just trust my feet. Cold hands, clear decisions, clear decisions. That's how I stay alive, how I stay alive. No false ambition, no need to arrive. If they ask what I became, I won't answer or pretend. I just walk my lane until the end. Cold night, steady heart. Cold night, steady heart. People talk, fill spaces with noise. They try to pull me. I sit alone in a corner, still unmoved, unseen. They expect a reaction, a smile, an explanation for the way I breathe. I give them nothing, they must read the leaves. Unchanged in the crowd, I don't bend or sway. I stay, I sit, I let them play. Unchanged in the crowd, I hold my calm. I don't explain, I carry no qualms. I've been misjudged, mislabeled, ignored. I've survived their scripts. I found freedom in silence, but power in eclipsed lips. No argument worth the fight. I let the world fill its own gaps. I keep my dark light unchanged in a crowd. That's my way. Emotional closure is my choice. I sit, I wait. That's my way. Emotional closure is my choice. Emotional closure is my choice. I've survived too long to hand out pieces for anyone else to own. Let them speak, let them judge. I will not bend, I will not budge. My expression is steady, my intent unspoken steady, unchanged in the crowd. Where the city fears to tread, footsteps quiet, every word unsaid. The night hums low, thick with sound. I glide like a ghost, nowhere bound. I watch the lives that flash and fade. I make my moves in the quiet shade. The world is loud, but I'm still a man with purpose. I'm Will, the silent gentleman, walking alone through empty streets. I'll make my home. No eyes to follow, no voice to hear. I move through darkness, calm and clear. Guitar wails softly, bass holds me near. Drums tick gently, I feel them clear. Every choice deliberate, every step true. A life in shadow, yet full view. No one notices the power I hold, the quiet strength, calm and bold. I am the man who walks the night, a shadow moving out of sight. The silent gentleman, walking alone through empty streets. I make my own. No eyes to follow, no voice to hear. I move through darkness, calm and clear. Disappear, a quiet force, no one near. The streets are empty, neon paints the rain. I walk in silence, nothing left to explain. A whiskey in my hand, shadows in my eyes. Every corner hides a story, every glance a disguise. I move like a ghost, no one sees my name. A gentleman in darkness, playing the silent game. Power in my calm, ambition in my stride. Make you feel like a gangster, walking side by side. Cigarette smoke curls, a spiral in the night. Every whisper tells a secret, every shadow feels right. Loyalty and betrayal dance in the alley's glow. I've learned to keep it quiet, that's the way men grow. In the back of a club, piano softly weeps, echoes of decisions, promises we keep. I've seen the rise and fall, the smiles and the lies, but in the quiet moments, the true self never dies. I move like a ghost, no one sees my name. A gentleman in darkness, playing the silent game. Power in my calm, ambition in my stride. Make you feel like a gangster, walking side by side. The rain keeps falling, the city hums my tune. A gentleman's shadow disappears beneath the moon. No one knows my story, but they feel my rain. In the silence of the night, I'm the whisper and the chain. I sit where the light barely touches, where voices collide without me. The stories build, grow, collapse, and I remain in quiet company. I don't join, I don't defend, I don't need to validate. My presence alone is answer to questions they can't articulate. Quiet observer, watching life unravel. I hold my ground, I don't travel. Quiet observer, no explanation given. I am here, unmoved, unbroken, driven. They mistake my stillness for ignorance. They call it habit, folly, or shame. But my eyes have seen the edges where words only cause pain. I don't correct the narrative, I let it swirl and settle. Some truths are stronger when they never pedal. Quiet observer, let them speak, let them sway. I stay, I breathe, they drift away. Quiet observer, no defense, no display. I remain the night's own way. Emotional withdrawal is not absence, it's presence refined. I don't explain, I protect what's mine. The room grows tense, the murmur is loud, but I am calm, a steady cloud. No judgment shakes me, no words invade the slave. Quiet observer, and I remain. He walked home slower in the rain, not because he was weak, but because rushing never explains what silence speaks. The street accepted every drop without complaint. He learned something watching water stop and start again. Rain doesn't care about your plans or where you fail. It treats the poor and wealthy hands unveiled. He loosened his collar, breathed in deep, let the night decide. A man who learns how not to keep everything inside. Shoes soaked through, thoughts ran clear. Funny how that works, discomfort makes the truth appear. Without the perks, he passed the bar where jazz still played. Behind wet glass, another version of himself stayed in the past. Some men fight the weather, some men walk with it. Rain stitched the city back together, crack by crack. He stopped replaying every error, every lack. A man doesn't need to be dry to be whole. Sometimes you let the storm pass by through your soul. He ran too fast, trying to arrive. Rain taught him nothing lasts but the drive. No witnesses, no confession, no plea. Just a man learning progression quietly. By the time he reached his door, the rain went light, like it had nothing left to pour tonight. He stood there wet, calm, aware, breathing slow. Some lessons only meet you there, you know. He walked home slower in the rain, in the rain. I move through the night unseen. Every gesture calculated, keen. No one knows the thoughts I hold. No one sees the story told. They wait for words to escape, expect confession, expect shape. But my intentions stay concealed. My call, my only shield. Shadowed intent, every motion deliberate. I give nothing, I let silence dictate. Shadowed intent, eyes steady, hands composed, no explanation needed. The gentleman push, may pride try to uncover what I deny. But restrained is my power, and quiet is my tower. I've walked this path before, learned that words are never more than shadows fleeting on the wall. Silence stands and I stand tall. Shadowed intent, no whisper reaches me. I remain refined inside, calm as the sea. Shadowed intent, the night observes my pace. Every breath, every pause is honor in this space. To explain is to weaken, to justify is to bend. I keep my thoughts inward on until the very end. The bass hums low, the guitar sighs slow. I carry my own code and no one will know. Shadowed intent, the darkness understands. I walk my path alone and hold the night in my hand.
I'll stand still when things collapse. Watch the truth reveal. Painted leaf fingerprints. Stillness lets you heal. I've seen chaos sell its soul for attention and relief. I chose another road. I chose disbelief. I don't justify my calm, I don't dramatize pain. I learned how to stay warm inside the rain. Stillness is my alibi. I don't run, I don't hide when questions multiply. I let silence decide. No trembling confession, no nervous disguise. I stay in my position and let the lies die. Neon lights accuse the rain. Cars whisper by. I watch men go insane, trying to deny. I don't defend my action, I don't rewrite my path. I accept the reaction, let it pass. Stillness is my alibi, no witness, no sound. I don't testify, just stand my ground. No need to convince, no need to persuade. I don't offer a defense, let time fade. Fear sweats, calm breeze, that's how you tell. Truth doesn't plead, it doesn't sell. I don't flinch under fire, I don't bend to demand. I just quietly retire with clean hands. Another hour dissolves, I remain unchanged. Some men evolve by revolt, I evolve by restraint. Stillness is my alibi, that's how I walk free. I don't clarify, I just let them see. If guilt comes searching, it won't recognize me. I was never moving for them to see. Still and untouchable. Still and untouchable.
I don't raise my voice in a crowded room, don't chase the loudest laugh. I let the silence do the work while others try too fast. There's a steady rhythm in my chest, it don't rush, it don't bend. I walk through storms alone before I don't need to pretend. They talk about who's winning, like life's a trophy show. But peace don't come from proving, it comes from knowing yourself. I don't need applause, don't need the spotlight glow. I'm good with who I am, and that's enough to know. No race, no scoreboard, no crown above my head. I sleep just fine at night with the quiet life I've led. I've seen men break their backbone trying to impress, turning love into a contest, turning strength into a mess. But confidence is subtle, it don't shout across the bar. It's the calm inside a steady hand, resting on a scar. I've got nothing left to prove to strangers passing by. If you don't see my value, that's alright. I don't need applause, don't need the spotlight glow. I'm good with who I am, and that's enough to know. No, no race, no scoreboard, no crown above my head. I sleep just fine at night with a quiet life I've lived. Let them chase the thunder, let them crave the flame. I found something quieter that don't need a name. It's the way I hold my ground when the room gets loud. The kind of strength that doesn't bow. I don't need applause, I don't need approval. I build my worth in silence, and that may
me immovable.
I'm not here to shine. I'm here to stand. I'm here to stand.
I stared lightly, without sound, every motion considered profound. No explanation followed, no voice unbound. The shadows bend around me, the night respects my pace. I need no justification, I hold my space. Composed shadow, I do not explain. Silence is my armor, restrained is my ring. Composed shadow, every glance, every move carries weight and quiet and nothing to prove. They may try to read me, guess at what I conceal, but discretion is my gift, and patience is real. The gentleman remains, our steady shoulders back, every pause deliberate, every gesture intact. Composed shadow, no word is required, every breath, every pause is carefully inspired. Oh shadow, the room may chatter, I remain untouched, and nothing will matter. To explain diminishes the stature, to justify distorts the form. I keep my calm and weather the storm. The bass flows like smoke, the guitar hums discreet. I walk through shadows, graceful, complete. Composed shadow, the silence carries me, every step, every breath is my decree.
It happened already. Whatever needed to leave left. The noise didn't follow, the damage didn't echo. It simply stopped. I'm sitting where it ended, not because I'm stuck, but because this is the only place that's still feels accurate. There's nothing to say about it. Words would only arrive late and pretend they help. I breathe slowly to remind my body that it's still required. The moment after doesn't ask for strength, only honesty. And this is what honest feels like.
Movement I love, they've left me refined, not ruined, not angry, not unkind, just suddenly standing alone. In a tear suit with too much time, the room felt larger without its purpose, like a stage after the curtain falls. Echoes followed love out the door, as if they had always coordinated. I didn't stop them, I acknowledged them for the meaning they once generated. There's politeness even in defeat, when you understand the arrangement. Oh, move me free. There is a way to be defeated without becoming small. To lose what gave you direction and still mean something at all. I did not collapse into bitterness, I refined myself into absence.
I walk through rooms of noise, but I remain untouched. Every question, every gaze is met with measured hush. No need to justify my presence, no need to defend my choice. Every gesture calculated, every silence my voice. Final gentleman, composed, refined, still. I offer no explanation, I bend to no will. Final gentleman, every breath, every glance carries quiet dignity without circumstance. The world may try to draw me into stories I won't tell, but restraint is my armor and discretion my shell. I do not argue, I do not explain, I let the quiet lead. The gentleman's presence is every measured deed. Final gentleman, I steady, posture true. No words, no confession, yet the room feels my hue. Final gentleman, every step deliberate. I move through silence with culminated. To explain is to diminish, to justify is to swear. I remain composed in my own way. The bass flows warm, guitar hums low. I carry the elegance and let no one know. Final gentleman, the night bows quietly. I hold my composure, and it suffices entirely. Night falls around the jazz, dim and moan. Candlelight catching the edges of my thoughts. Guitar breeze, bass hum steady. Drum bursts off, every note
a companion to my quiet reflection. I hold my drink, contemplate choices and losses, every struggle handled without display. The world rushes, unaware of the calm intensity here. I move with subtle purpose, every motion delivery. Their stories feeding, I absorb measure, navigate silently. The music and shadows carry me deeper. The gentleman folded breath and yet unseen. When the last candle fades, step lightly in the streets that seem oblivious, no trace left behind, no announcement made, only the soft pinprint of quiet resolve. But now the trees, but I remain a man moving in silence, deliberate, discreet, intense. The clock ticks slow, the streets are bare. I walk alone with time to spare. Every lamplight flickers in my eyes. I move through darkness where silence lies. People rush past, chasing their dreams. I move at my own quiet streams. Every choice deliberate, every step my own. I build my kingdom from shadows alone. The long night walk, my secret place. Through smoky streets, I leave no trace. No one to follow, no one to see.
the life I lead in quiet liberty. Guitar hums soft, bass flows low, drums whisper stories only I know. I breathe in the night, exhale restrained, a silent man, deliberate and quaint. Every alley, every street a guide. I move like a ghost with nothing to hide. No need for eyes, no need for praise. I walk my path through midnight haze and a long night walk, my secret place. Through smoky streets I leave no trace, no one to follow, no one to see. The life I lead in quiet liberty. Dawn breaks slowly, but I remain a lone shadow, free of chain. The bar hums low, shadows pooling in corners, candlelight trembling on polished wood. I sit alone, drink in hand, watching the slow rhythm of life outside. Decisions weigh quietly in my chest, each choice deliberate, measured unseen. Guitar strings hum warm analog tones, brush drums brush soft as my thoughts drift. Observation, a stranger laughs, smoke drifts from a cigarette. The bartender wipes a glass, his eyes tired. I see everything without intrusion, every movement a note in the night song. Internal contemplation, my struggles remain unspoken, unseen, handled with calm intensity, discretion. The candlelight reflects my quiet resolve, each flicker a marker of decisions made in silence.
fragments fire. The bar empty, shadows stretch longer. I rise slowly, cold overarm. Outside, the city breeze unaware of me. A gentleman vanishing into the night with purpose.
Neon crying in the rain, like he knows the weight I hold. Every promise sounds the same when you learn to walk alone. I don't answer when they stare, eyes low, hands in my coat. Life taught me to prepare before the code is a note. I don't explain my reasons, they wouldn't understand. Some seasons stay unspoken, some truths stay in your hand. These streets don't need my words, they already know my face. I've been quiet, I've been hurt, I learned the value of my pace. I don't announce my leaving, I don't argue with the past. I move like I'm believing that silence always lasts. Men get loud when they feel small. I've been there, I chose the dark. I'd rather lean against the wall than leave another mark. I count my steps, I count my scars, I don't count who's to blame. I learned how to read the stars without ever saying my name. These streets don't need my words, they hum beneath my shoes. I watch the brave and the absurd, I watch the broken choose. I don't stay for conversation, I don't stay for the fight. I walk with quiet concentration, through the spine of the night. Silence ain't weakness, it's discipline learned. Every scar I carry is a lesson learned. I don't fold under pressure, I just slowly align. Every move I measure, every step is mine. Streetlight flickers like a breath, I pass under, then I'm free. Another man outruns his death, I just let it walk with me. These streets don't need my words, they know the sound of calm. I don't sing like other birds, I stay low, stay warm. If you ask where I've been, I'll just nod and pass. Some men leave noise behind, leave empty glass. No words, just footsteps fading. No words, just footsteps fading.
jazz hums low, a tapestry of subtle tones, bass like a heartbeat beneath the warm and analog strings. I sit quietly, observing without being observed, a gentleman in thought, deliberating every breath. Reflections in the polished bar catch my eye, a mirror of decisions made silently over time. Every choice measured, every struggle contained. I carry life's weight without display. Brush drums whisper across the floorboards, echoing the rhythm of restrained I live by. No one notices the deliberate calm, yet everything I do resonates with purpose. Candlelight dances across my face and hands, shadows bending like the contours of my thoughts. The room hums gently, unaware of the quiet intensity. I move in silence, yet I am fully present. And when the night wanes, I rise carefully, step into the streets unnoticed, a man of discretion carrying life's truths quietly, guided by thought, leaving only subtle echoes. Glass reflects the city, drowned in the lights. I sip the amber warmth alone in the night. Steps echo softly, I move without a sound. Gentleman in darkness, nowhere to be found. Each alley tells a story, each street a secret shared, a life of quiet power for those who've always dared. Make you feel like a gangster, smooth and refined, silent confidence, elegance intertwined. Whiskey in my hand, shadows by my side, a gentleman's walk through the city wide. Learn to keep my victories in the night silent moves, hidden truths, always out of sight. The world may never notice, the streets may never know, but in the quiet, my legacy will grow. Saxophone weaves stories, piano softly sighs, every note a reflection of the life I've led in disguise. Ambition in my veins, misty in my eyes. The gentleman's path is where the true power lies. Make you feel like a gangster, smooth and refined, silent confidence, elegance intertwined. Whiskey in my hand, shadows by my side. A gentleman's walk through the city wide. Night stretches on, neon fades away. Yet in my quiet steps, the city learns to obey. A gentleman of darkness, elegance in the fight, ruling shadows softly, owning every night.
The bar filled to leave before the chair cooled down. Like something run to breathe, there's less sound. He didn't rush his coat or hair, didn't check the room. A man who knows where he's been at leaves room. Wet your candles, trace the hours, jazz band one last true. You carry weight, not power, from you. No apologies in his step, no war inside. He understood what silence kept alive. Some man is loud
pots in the wash, then looked away. Her spade doesn't stay. The night accepted him like say a prayer. Behind him up and trained it all, and that must fight, because real presence doesn't fall behind. The bar already knew who he was. Asking anything of me now. Not the past, not the future, not even regret. Everything that needed my effort already took it and left. I don't feel empty, I feel finished with that version of myself. This quietly, no judgment, no comfort. I sit here because sitting is enough when there's nothing left to perform. Slowly, letting silence do the talking. I've outlived a lot of opinions, watched them age and rot. The loudest voices disappear, the quiet ones do not. You want answers right now, closure, peace of mind. But I don't argue with moments that only time can unwind. I sit inside the waiting like it's a second skin. I don't rush to be understood, I let the years walk in. I don't argue with time, I let it decide what survives and what
or dies. I don't argue with time, I stay still while it speaks on my side. I've seen regret perform for rooms full of ice. I chose something colder, I chose to survive. No defense, no correction, no public repair. If the truth needs explaining, it wasn't there. So I keep my mouth closed like a disciplined door. What's real doesn't knock anymore. I don't argue with time, it understands men like me who move slow and refuse to plead. Silence matures, noise expires. I don't chase sparks, I tend to fire. Ask me again in 10 years if you still care. I'll be right here, exactly where. I don't argue with time, I remain. I don't argue with time, I remain. Footsteps soft against the cold pavement. Every night carries a quiet statement. I watch, I wait, I never speak. A silent figure in the city's mystique. Streetlights flicker, casting smoky halos. Life rushes past like a fleeting shadow. I move with purpose, never in haste. Every choice considered, nothing weighs. Shadows whisper low, secrets in my stride. I move unseen, with nothing to hide. No eyes follow, no one to see. The quiet rhythm that lives in me. Guitar hums warm, bass holds me steady. Drums like a pulse, calm and ready. I navigate life with hands in control. A man of silence, a measured soul.
Every street a canvas, every corner a frame. I leave no mark, yet I play the game. The night is mine, the city my stage. A quiet dancer, unseen sage. Shadows whisper low, secrets in my stride. I move unseen, with nothing to hide. No eyes follow, no one to see. The quiet rhythm that lives in me. I fade into the night's embrace, a gentleman's journey, quiet grace.
Every step a story, every breath a vow. I walk where the city doesn't know how. The lights are dim, the air is thick. I move like a thought, subtle and slick. I see the noise, I see the lies. I'm moving quiet, I analyze. Nothing escapes the man in the shade. Every choice deliberate, every move made. Silent step, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to me, just the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Shadow steps, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to me, just the rhythm of my own heartbeat. Electric strings hum my mood, bass and drums in a quiet interlude. I walk alone, but I am free, a man of purpose, silently. Through empty streets, through midnight rain, I carry my past, I carry my pain, but I move forward, steady aware, a gentleman living in the cool night air. Silent steps, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to me, just the rhythm of my heart. Silent steps, a life unseen. I roam the night, calm, serene. No applause, no eyes to me, just the rhythm of my heartbeat. Shadows fade, dawn will rise, but I will move unseen wise. didn't shatter like they say. No thunder, no alarm, just something quietly giving up inside my arm. The kind of break that looks like nothing from the outside looking in, the kind you only hear alone when you finally stop pretending. I didn't call anyone that night, didn't need a voice to lean. There are things a man must witness without being seen. I sat there counting seconds, not to pass the time, but to make sure my breathing still answered when I tried. No one heard it break, but it did. I don't hold grudges or regrets, they weigh too much to keep. I set them down beside the lost and let them both go sleep. Some pain demands attention, some pain just wants respect. Mine didn't need a cure, it just needed me not to neglect. Morning came like nothing happened, light touched what was gone. I stood up just like always and put my comb back on. No one heard it break, I did. No one heard it break, I did. I did. No one really did. That was enough. Will I leave? I move with quiet gravity, nothing forced, nothing loud. You can feel it when I enter, but I don't play to the crowd. I don't beg for recognition, I don't chase a throne. I build my sense of worth from the inside alone. There was a time I mistook noise for being seen. Thought confidence was dominance, thought louder meant supreme. But wisdom lowered my voice, slowed my breath down, taught me strength is measured by how you hold your ground. oxygen in rooms that crave a show.
If presence isn't obvious, it doesn't need to glow. I've faced the parts of me that others run away from. That's why I don't tremble when judgment tries to come. Let the restless posture, let the fragile flare. When you made peace within, you don't compare. I move with quiet gravity, balanced and aware. You won't see me reaching for approval in the air. Slow pose, slow pose. Slow.
How to clear this up with half a sentence, but I won't. I've seen how truth gets twisted when it leaves the mouth. They want clean motives, easy lines, something to forgive or blame. But my reasons don't fit inside their frame. Let it look wrong, if that keeps in mind. I let it look wrong and sleep just fine. You think silence means guilt? That's your education. I think silence means control over my own narration. I don't argue with opinions, I don't beg for a lie. If you don't like the dark, that's not my fight. Stand down on, I don't need to be right to be a man. Explaining is a habit of people afraid to lose. I already lost enough, I've got nothing left to prove. So draw your conclusion, make them sharp and fast. I'll be over here, I'll last in the past. Let it look wrong and walk away. I'll let it look wrong. I'll let it look.
walk alone through empty halls. Shadows stretch along the walls. The voices linger faint and thin, but I have no room for them within. Each step deliberate, slow, every breath measured low. The world expects a reason, I offer none, season to season. The last door, I close it quietly. No word, no gesture, no need for them to see. The last door, every echo dies. I keep my own counsel, I hold my own skies. They try to pull me into the light, expect me to explain, to fight. But I turn inward, fold my hands, let the silence take its stand. Every question, every plea falls softly, harmlessly. I've learned that some truths are safer kept aloof from use. The last door, I do not respond. The room spins unrelenting, but I am beyond. The last door, no answer required. Every motion, every pause, by my own law inspired. I do not bend, I do not sway. I carry the night within my sway. No justification, no trace, only quiet, my final grace. The guitar hums low and sparse, bass lingers like a ghostly heart. I watch the world in muted frames, while I protect my unspoken claims. Every shadow knows my name, every flicker respects the game. I need no audience, no proof, just my own eternal roof. The last door, every key thrown away. The silence is mine, the night obeys my sway. The last door, no voice can reach. Every heartbeat, every step speaks only to me. The last door clicks softly closed. I carry my own shadow and nothing intrudes. The last door, I am both quiet and full, a man unbent, unbroken, and entirely whole. And entirely whole. No painting even play, and I don't mind the pace. I've stopped chasing validates in every crowded space. I don't raise my volume to command respect. I've learned true confidence needs no effect. No urgency in my steps, no tension in my tone. I move when it is time, not when I'm overthrown. No well-tied tie, a measured pour, a calm reply. I've seen before men who think dominance equals being heard, but wisdom often speaks in the fewest words. I don't explain my standards, I don't debate my ground. If you misunderstand me, I won't chase you down. The world is loud enough without my contribution. My peace is not for sale or public distribution. I've made mistakes quietly and fixed them the same. Growth don't need applause or a viral name. No urgency in my breath, no panic in my view. A man secure in solitude, there's nothing left to prove. Oh, slow sip, soft drum. Slow, slow sip. Slow sip, soft drum.
I walked out with empty hands, didn't turn around to look. Everything I built with years fit inside a single breath I took. No letter, no apology, no keys left on the table. Just a man in his spine, seeing what is still labeled. They say law should make you loud, but mine just made me still. You've already paid the price, there's nothing left to kill. I don't drag chains of memory, I don't bleed in the street. I stand like a closed door with nothing left to carry but my feet. I lost the weight, I lost the sound, lost the crowd that once stood around, but I kept my name.
I kept my faith when there was nothing left to say. I walk slow, I walk clean, nothing left to carry but what's in me. Nothing left to carry but what's in me. I don't explain how it broke apart. Some stories don't need light. You either feel it in your bones, or you never had to fight. The past sits quiet behind me, like a chair I don't sit in. I don't know yesterday, my posture, I just owe myself discipline. No victory speech, no defeat song, just breath after breath. Moving on, I lost the way, I lost the sound, lost the ground I once stood on. But I kept my name, I kept my faith when there was nothing left to say. Hands empty, back straight, that's enough. There's enough. At this stage,